her studio in Ashford in County Wicklow and to see how she was preparing for this year's showcase.
Anna Nielsen has lived in Ireland for 52 years. For her, Ashford, County Wicklow is her home, and this is also where her craft business is based. But it's far from County Wicklow where Anna's story began.
I was born in Peru in South America, but I'm Danish. We were back in Denmark when I was 2. We lived there until I was 11, and my father being a fisherman, we moved to Ireland and we lived in Killybegs for a while. We moved around Ireland a good few times, but I ended up in Wicklow in 1979. I always drew. I was used to make things, crochet, knit, sew, that kind of thing, and always drawing. And then when I went to college to study architectural technology in Bolton Street, I learned to use the drafting pens, and they're really fantastic to work with.
Anna graduated from college. She worked as an architectural technician for 8 years. However, when Anna wanted to have a family, she gave up her job to become a dressmaker working from home. But she soon realised that art was her passion, and so she set up her craft business in 1994.
I work from home. I have a large house. I use all my rooms. Mainly I draw here at this table. I generally have the fire on. It's a lovely room. Basically what I do is I draw life, but in the form of images and words. So each drawing would have a story. And when my second son was 5, his grandfather contracted cancer, and we knew that he was going to remember because it would take a few years. So we told him that his grandfather was dying, and he got terribly upset. So I drew the first drawing of all, called Life, the story of life, to explain to him and to show him that he was down here and you had to go through all of life, and then when you get to the top, to be like Granddad, you'd be free from life and up to heaven. And that made him happy. I see life as pictures. I see life as the story. I'm Pisces, which means I am sympathetic, nice, boring, all the nice things. Other star signs have exciting aspects, but Pisceans can empathize. So I understand how people feel. I've also been around for a very long time. And age does that. You gather information. So I understand where people's feelings are. And I have this God-given talent of being able to just write it all down. So I end up with a series of stories which people can relate to. Basically, that's it. And because they're silhouette people, they don't have faces, so they can be French, German, Italian, Irish, young. It doesn't make any difference. They apply to everybody. I'm working on a drawing for the words One Future Together. And I'm considering changing the word slightly, and I'm going to introduce a coloured balloon, which has never been in any of this particular series of prints. It's a couple. They have a relationship because they're touching each other. You can see that they're a couple, and basically they are facing away towards their future. I love paper, I love drawing, and I love the actual physical, the act of drawing. Very relaxing, very therapeutic, very restful. And I love the fact that you don't know what it's going to look like. And you've got an idea and you start and it grows. Like the most recent one I've just done, the one called Follow Your Dream. It began as a kind of a small drawing, and then it grew sideways, it grew up, it grew down, it grows. And you have funny ideas and little quirky things that you put in. I do have the best job in the world, and the freedom is huge, you know.
As Anna's ideas continue to grow, she looks forward